Buzzers at the Athletic, JB 5 games in 7 days, and all of the things this week. What stood out to you just about the way that you guys came out tonight and were able to come out with the win?
The mental toughness. There was so many reasons why, we couldn't get the job done. And, we never let that set in as an excuse and a cop-out. Things weren't going our way in the first half. But we never once fragmented or separated. All we did was try to figure out a way to get it done. And, I'm extremely proud of these guys. You talk about growth, you talk about perseverance, you talk about just a character, and a personality. It's hard to not root for these guys and want to be around them and be a part of what they're doing because they're just so good to each other and good for one another. And it's a special thing they got brewing in that locker room.
I know all season we've talked about the learning lessons and opportunities and everything, but is this kind of week in a sense, sort of when you look at it as a whole, like a picture of, okay, all the things that we have been talking about, working through, like coming to fruition in a sense?
Yeah, it's extremely hard in the NBA. I know people like to make light of, what these guys go through and how difficult it is to be good in the NBA and to win in the NBA. You have 450 of the most talented people on the planet in one place. The competition that's there is formidable every night, no matter what your record or your opponent's record may be. And, to be able to figure out a way through all of that to come together and go 5 games in 7 nights, get home 4:30 this morning, probably were asleep by 5:30, if that, back-to-back minutes played last night. And then, again, just find the fortitude to grind out a win. That's special.
Ashley Bascott, Cleveland.com. JB, it felt like in the last couple minutes of the third quarter, like you could feel the energy shift. And the momentum shift. What do you attribute that to on your guys'
Ricky Rubio.
Yeah.
We've felt that magic before. It's a blessing to have him back and have him on the court. We talk about that all the time. Like, his spirit is unique, and it has, an inexplicable way of elevating everybody that's around him. He makes the ball magical. Like when he makes a move and throws the ball to you, whatever that energy is, like it's going in the basket, the deflections and steals, he just has a way, to boost, a team and take them to another level.
I was going to ask about Ricky specifically, but those 2 plays he made at the end of the third quarter, the hustle play to bounce the ball off Kobe White's feet and to get the steal. When you have a veteran guy who makes those kind of plays and is willing to sacrifice his body for those kind of plays, like what does that do for your group as a whole?
It's leadership, it's sacrifice, it's selflessness. And, that's who Ricky's been his entire career. We're extremely fortunate to have him, be with us because we know, how far he can take people and how he can improve people and just make them feel confident that they could do anything.
Yeah.
Danny Cunningham, ESPN Cleveland. JB, in the second half, you spent a lot of the time with essentially 4 guards and 1 big on the floor. What did you like about those groups?
The versatility. Offensively, I just thought we were having a hard time getting it done. So you put a bunch of guys out there who can handle the ball, who can play make, and then just give them a ton of space. And I thought we were able to take advantage of it, create room for one another, and then, give them credit. There were some size advantages on the other end, some mismatches there, but they fought and scrapped, and I thought they were really good defensively as well.
Is there back-to-back big scoring nights from Donovan? Are you starting to notice him look a little bit more explosive as we get further away from that groin injury?
Yeah, you can feel it. You watch the elevation and the lift in his shot, and I can tell when he leaves the ground whether it's going in or not. And like the past couple games, you can feel that rhythm and feel that power, and you watch, his release and everything, and, it seems to be, back to normal.
Spencer Davies, basketballnews.com. You were just talking about Donovan, obviously what he does on the stat sheet, but when he's out there chasing off rebounds away from Andre Drummond and tracking these things down like in critical possessions, you don't see superstars do that very often. So for him to be able to do that, kind of bring that hustle with him, what does that say about him as a player as a whole?
It's the same thing that we've been talking about the entire year, right? We have a certain standard that we ask our guys to live up to, and nobody is above that. And Donovan from day one has embraced that, and he's never once tried to separate himself from that. Like, all we've ever asked our guys to do is commit themselves to doing whatever it takes to help this team in the moment. And time again, he's gone out and proven that he can do that and that he's willing to do it. Like, he is the elite of the elite. But there is nothing bigger to him than this team. And he continues to show that commitment.
And as far as Jarrett goes, we've talked about how much he's been doing good, been making himself available in the pocket. But outside of that, it looks like he's even trying to find ways to get involved on the baseline, and he's coming, diagonal cuts, whatever it may be. Why do you think he's been doing that so well as of late, finding his way offensively in different ways?
It's how we've kind of diversified what we're doing offensively as well. Putting Evan in more of the action, and then that allows Jarrett the freedom to roam the baseline because, now Evan is high, he's rolling the ball, finds him in the pocket, and now Jarrett's the recipient of some of those baseline cuts or the relocations like we talk about. But I think that's been a big part of it, and you've seen just the diversity in our scoring because we're, guys are getting more comfortable playing different partnerships and with different players.
Last one, Ashley. Just wanted to ask about, you guys only get one basket from the bench tonight. I mean, I know you obviously want more production from there, but the fact that the starters are able to spread the wealth kind of along that scoring diversity, like what that says about this group.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a really good balanced group that are extremely capable, but I also, thinking about what Karras did defensively and how he was impactful. Ricky, obviously, we already talked about, Jetty as well. Like, guys don't have to score to be impactful and to get minutes and opportunities. What guys have to do is commit themselves to the team and doing all the right things for the team, and the opportunities will keep coming. We know those guys can make shots. So as long as they continue to contribute in other ways when shots aren't falling, they'll get opportunities.
Okay,
All right.